Hello,
Don't ask anything.
hello.
Okay. Then I will ask him to come there.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
No, but
Hello.
Zoom, how? Why it is 40 minutes? It's not like that, right? I already given time frame, right? From 3 to 5:30. How it can? How come it can take 3 to 5:30 if it is 40 minutes?
Uh, my friend told, but I don't. I also didn't know about that. My friend told Zoom meeting once every 40 minutes it will disconnect, but again we can connect. I think.
No, but if I'll give a time frame of 3 to 5:30, then automatically it will connect, right? I don't know. Let's
Maybe.
see that. Okay,
Okay, but Deepthi is telling she can't able to install this app.
but how she is there? Hi, Dipti.
Okay. Deepthi is there.
Ah, yes, you came, right? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, Dipti, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you don't.
Deepthi,
Okay, so let's
she told she can't able to install.
okay, let's start the class. So last class we were stopping at the um, I think last classes have you no done have you practiced whatever things we have covered till now?
Yes, sir.
Today we'll talk about selection screens. We'll talk about selection screen in ABAP. What is the selection screen? These are this use take the normally if I'll go to any report, let me go to any here I will go to any report. Let's say list or any report. Let me create a Z demo selection screen. Create here. So what is the selection screen? Let me write some. So how basically? So let's say I want to take some input from the user. Okay, as soon as it execute, I want to take an input from a user. So what I'll do? There is a parameter. Okay, let's say there is a parameter. I will use p underscore Metner type Mara. So activate this. So here, can you see if I'll execute, it's taking some input, right? Yes, got the point. So this is basically
Sir.
it is taking a input value. Okay, so this is for single value. If you want to take single value from a user for a multi value, there is called select option. Select option. So underscore. The syntax is for So here some of these. So here you have to declare a table. How to declare a table? Table Mara. Okay. Then automatically it will take ranges of values. Well, execute this. Can you see? You can enter ranges of values. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that means basically these are basically used to take the end user values. You can take end user value by taking parameters and select options. So these are basically this kind of. So this is basically a selection screen. You can create a in selection screen. You can create a input. Okay. You can create an input field. So let me go here. So here, okay, what are the things are there in selection screen? So a selection screen is one of the four types of user dialog. Basically, it is giving a interface where the user can enter the value. Okay, let's say I have a report. Let's say end user gives a report. Let's say I'm designing a sales report. I'm designing a sales report. User tells that, see that in what are the input I have to give? I have to give an input as a, let's say this is a sales order, and the next one, let's say it's a sales organization. This is the date. Okay, so this is the date. So based on that, the user is to select the value. This is the sales order. Second one, there is a sales organization. The next one is you have date. Okay, sales order date. So he want that the report has to look like this. The report has to look like this. Okay, this is sales report. So here user will give sales order, sales organization, sales date. Once they will click on execute, the report has to display. Yes, because last time we have used for entries and we have created one tabular kind of format, right? So selection screen will give a user, it basically takes a user input based on certain criteria. So the combination they have to, let's say here I'm entering some sales order as a 12908, and here sales organization as a, let's say 100. Sales date is the today's date. Okay, let's say I'm giving some date. Let's say I'm giving first of May 2020. So once you give these values, no, click on execute button here. Let's say there is an execute button over here. Once you click on this execute button, the report has to come based on this selection criteria. Okay, yes, that means somehow selection screen data, whatever information you are putting, that reduces the, no, that basically select the our desired data. Okay, what sort of data we expect from the report, that desired data you can provide through the selection screen. That desired data you can get by a report by providing through this selection screen. Yes, got the point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's say in my report, if I default without giving any information, if I execute, I'm getting around 1 lakh of record. Okay, 1 lakh of record, which is I don't know, because I don't need all this record. I want that my sales order should be 12908, sales organization 1000, and I want, let's say I want some data from 1st of January 2009 20 to current date. What is the current date? Is 16/05/2020. So I want my report has to fetch the data in between this data. I do not want all 1 lakh of record. I don't want, because those past data I do not need to analyze. I want to analyze that from this point to this point, how much the company has sales. Okay. How many sales order has been created. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Hold on, just let me off the pen. Hello. So what's the point, right? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for that reason, we are using selection screen. So let me go to my slide. So here the selection screen are designed whenever user want to design screen meant for only accepting the input data. Both single value, you can accept single value by using parameter, or a complex value, that is using complex value means ranges of value. So basically, what are the things are there? First is their parameter. Okay. Would accept only single value. You have a select options. Select options, which basically uses accept multiple values. Okay, which basically accept multiple values. Now here the single value, there's a complex criteria on other hand are using restrict the amount of data that read from a data. As I told that there may be, if you run any report by default, it may fetch 1 lakh of record or 1 crore of record, but by giving the selection screen criteria, we are restricting that amount of data fetching from a database, backend database table. Okay. Yes. So there are three things basically. You have first one is parameter. Second one is your select options to accept the multiple values. And third one is your selection screen command. Basically, when you give no all check boxes, okay, all these kind of things you can create over there. Okay. Now let us talk about the parameter in detail. First. So what is the syntax of writing a parameter? So here, basically syntax is you have to give like this. Parameter, p name, type, table field. Here you can create a checkbox also, radio buttons also. Okay. So radio button, you can create checkboxes. You can create also. This is a list box also. So let me go here. So what are the things you can, although this will take a single value, what are the things you can create? You can create a an input field. You can create checkbox. Create a radio button. Create a list box. How to create an input field? The syntax is very simple. You have to use parameter. Okay. Parameter e underscore. Let's say I'm taking some field. Metner. Okay. You have to use type. Type. Like this. Okay. We'll talk about example. E underscore Metner. Type. Mara hyphen. Metner. Like this. Okay. You can create like this. Same way for checkboxes. So here, apart from this, you have other criteria also. You can make as obligatory also. Okay, you can make obligatory. You can make as a no display. There are a lot of things are there over here. So we'll try one by one once you do practical. Obligatory is for making a field as a mandatory. If you want to, if you don't want to display, then you can make as a no display. Okay, got it. Now you have syntax of checkboxes that you have a parameter, then let's say p underscore chk or checkbox name. Checkbox. Yes, the checkbox. Okay. Now the last one is so how to write this example is like this. You have to write like this. Parameter p underscore chk. Okay. Checkbox. You have to give pair of. I think type is not required. If you write a checkbox, it will that automatically. So let me go here. This is for field. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Yeah, now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now let us go how you can write a checkboxes. So here parameters, I have write parameter, then p underscore chk as checkbox. Okay. Got it. So if I'll execute this, can you see here a checkboxes appear over here? Okay. Same way I can write also radio button. So it's parameter p underscore radio. I think I have to give here the syntax, how the syntax. So here I have to, let's say I have to create always the multiple radio button, because you can select multiple checkboxes at one go. But if you have a in a group 3 radio button, you can select only one radio button only, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
The radio button if you select only one radio button, you cannot select multiple radio button in one go. So here you have a radio button. You cannot type. You have to use a radio button group. Button group. Then you have to give as a radio button group name. You have to give a group name. So I'm giving group name. Then we can keep on creating that. Okay. You can put them all this under a one parameter.
What is that group, sir? Radio button group.
Yeah, let me explain. Because see, suppose I have a radio button. Okay. Let's say this is a screen. I have three radio buttons. Now I have to put all this. I have to put all this under a one radio button group. Okay. Why? Because I have to select all of this at one go. Suppose I have a condition like this. Okay. Let's say I have a screen like this. I have three radio buttons. Now this is a sales report. Here the first one is I want to display open sales orders. Open sales order. Second one is this is a closed sales, and this is for all sales order. Okay. Now here I must select one value. I cannot select multiple values, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
I must select one value. I cannot select multiple radio buttons. That is default behavior of a radio button. That if three, four radio buttons are there, then always you have to select one only. You have only one choices. So how can you achieve that? You have to keep all these radio buttons under one group, so that whatever radio buttons are there in one group, out let's say I have three radio buttons in one group. Out of that, at any point of time, one will be selected. Yes, got the point, Shiva?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That
sir.
means we have to write a group only. Okay. For that condition, you have to use group. Okay. So let me go here. So I have to use P underscore radio button group. I have to use GR1. So here, there is a comma. I have to use a P underscore red 2 radio button group GR1. Okay. P underscore red 3 radio button group. Do syntax check. Activate. So here, just if you run this report, automatically you got it. So out of this, you can select. You have to select only one values only. You cannot select multiple. Yes, got the point.
Sir, if we give group name 2, then we can select other ones, sir.
Yeah, you can
Like
select
and
other.
if we declare another one, we can select another one, right?
Yeah, at a time, two radio buttons will be there. Yeah. See here, what is telling the radio button group GR2 contains only one parameter. So that's the default. If you want to take a group, means not one two, you have to take that one. So minimum in a group you have to have a two radio buttons. Okay, because out of that one will be
Okay.
activated. Here, if I'll take red 4, the radio button group is, let's say, GR2. I will just do this. So here, can you see at any point of time two radio buttons are selected because I kept them under two different groups. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the radio buttons. Okay. Now same way you can have a list box also. How can I have a list box? Here if I go to this one, so for list box, what are the things I have to write as a list box? Length I have to give a length. So here for list box, what is the syntax? I have to use p underscore parameter. Okay, parameter p underscore, let's say list. I think that's a type as a list box. I think yes, as a list box. As list box visible length. Just write me this in a program. Parameter, let's say I'm using as a list. Okay, as a list box, then visible. So I will do syntax check and activate it. I will display this. So can you see? So here I can have a list box. I can have a drop down kind of things. Okay. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
I can have a drop down kind of things. Okay. So this is all about your parameter. That means always remember that parameter is taking only one value. Okay. So either it may be a radio button or checkbox.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah. Tell me.
Length 10, it mean that the box length or what, sir?
Yeah, it's box length.
Box length. I mean text length or box length.
It's box length. So whatever box is there, na here p underscore list.
Yes, sir.
What the point?
Yes, sir.
So p underscore list, it will be 10. Okay.
The checkbox we can select multiple.
Yeah, checkbox you can select multiple. That provision it is here. The checkbox. That's the nature of by default nature of the checkbox. So always remember that in checkbox you can select multiple checkboxes, whereas in radio button you have to select only one radio button. Okay. What's the point?
Yes, sir.
That means list box will be working like a drop down kind of thing. Okay. So now let me go to the different behaviors of this parameter. So what I told, I can make an obligatory also. Okay. I can make an obligatory. That means it's a mandatory. Go execute. Here, can you see? I'll push the cursor. Can you see there is a tick mark on that field?
Yes, sir.
So that means that field is a mandatory. Okay. If you want to make
Okay.
fields as a mandatory, you have to use obligatory. Okay. And then
Okay.
I can use modified also. Okay. Modified means if I during the what execution of the program, suppose during the runtime, where T1 is modified. So during execution of a program, if I once I select this checkbox, you know that this total input field has to be invisible. Okay. So that I can do through a modified because SAP has given this selection screen the syntax has given a modified. Based on that modified I can make visible invisible to a particular field. Okay. Now I can also make no display also. Okay. Yeah. I can make also no display. That means if I don't want to hide it, I don't want to display that. Why in some background background means that particular report I want to run in a background. Okay. Yes. So for that reason,
Yes, sir.
I can call one report. I can call from this report. I can call another report by using submit keyword. Okay, that I will cover in some demo. But if you don't want to display this parameter, okay, then you have to write as a no display. So if I'll activate this and display this one, so can you see this is hidden? Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
But the values exist in the program level. Now, apart from that, you have a
But can you explain that modify ID?
that we will discuss more when we talk about the report event. What is the use of that? You will understand there. Okay. Modify.
Okay.
Suppose, okay. Suppose I executed this report. Okay. Now, suppose I executed this report. Okay. Now, if I want that based on certain selection on click of checkbox or a radio button, I want that this value, this field should be in a invisible state. Okay. I don't want to make them visible. Okay. So how I can do that? That means I can modify a selection screen. I can hide. I can visible, invisible. Okay. I can disable, enable that field through a modified ID. That means for a particular field, I'm assigning one ID. and based on that ID, I can modify the total field. I can either visible it, or I can disable this, means that this input field will not accept any input. Okay. Yes.
Sir, can you show that with an example, sir?
Right now, I think, yeah, I think you cannot understand. But when we'll talk about this, because this can be done through one event, that at selection screen output one event is there. That event part we'll discuss in the report, classical report. Okay.
Like for example, if you are an Indian, select yes. And then if it is not, select no. If you select no, we'll get another box like reason. Why? What is the reason? You can say like that, sir.
Yes, exactly. Suppose here, let me go to the client. Let's say this is my report. Okay, selection. This is my, let's say, selection screen, total selection screen. There is, let's say, already three fields are there here. Okay. Suppose, yeah, let's say this is a sales order. Okay. This is the sales organization. This is a date. Okay. Now here there is a, let's say there is a radio button. Okay. The radio button. What is the explanation of this radio button? Download, download report. Okay. Yes. Got the point? Download report.
Yes, sir.
Now to download this report, there will be a path will be there. This is a file path. Okay. You have to select a path by giving F4. Here I am giving a file path. File path. What does it mean? Once you select this one, this field has to be appear. Okay. Otherwise, in normal case, this should not appear. In normal case, this field, total field should not appear, because as soon as you click on select on this one, then it should, this field has to be appear. So that kind of activity you can do with the modify ID. Okay, this radio button has to be assigned with a modify ID. Based on that modify ID, you can make a visible, invisible to particular field in a selection screen. Okay.
Until unless if we are clicking the download report, that file
Yeah.
path won't appear in the selection screen.
Yes, exactly. You got the point. Yes, got the point, Dipti.
Yes, sir.
So once you uncheck, or uh, let's say instead of radio button, I must tell that I must take a checkbox, because checkbox will be,
Checkbox.
because the radio button it will take by default value. Okay, this is a checkbox. So unless until I didn't check this one, this this field will not be
Won't
active.
appear.
Again, if I'll uncheck it, no, it should be in a invisible state. Okay, what the point?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that kind of functionality you can do through a modified. So I have to assign one modified for this file path. Based on that modified, I have to manipulate this selection screen invisible visible parameter. Okay, what the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Shiva.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all about your list box parameter. Parameter, you have four kinds of input value you can take, either in a field. Okay, it may be a checkboxes or radio buttons, and it will be a list box. Okay, so either it can be obligatory, no display. Okay, so what other things are there? I think some of them I'm forgetting this one. Yeah, another is there as a radio buttons also there. That means you can have a user command. Okay. So user command also there. So what are the things are there? First you have a obligatory. Okay. You have obligatory. Then second you have a no display. If you don't want to display, you cannot. Then third one is you have modified it. Fourth one is a user. So what is this user command? What is user command? This is only for particularly buttons. Okay. Okay. And I forgot another thing also. There is a button also here. You can create a button also. Button. Okay. Got it. So four things are there. First thing is you have filled checkboxes, radio button, list box, and fifth one is a button. Okay. Yes.
Button in the sense what, sir?
You have to click once you click on a button, that will you hold on. Button means here I can create a button also here. I can create a button also here. Let's say there is a button. Okay. Once you click on this button, some message or some action has to be taken place. Okay. Once I click on this button, or let's say there is a button here. Let's say there is a button here. Once I click on this all the data will be get displayed. Okay. Once I click on this, automatically this whole value or whatever input fields other it should get appear. Okay. So if I want to take a button and on click of this some action has to be performed, then I can take a button in the selection screen also. Okay. Yes. So let me to the program.
User commands.
User command is for buttons. Okay, that hold on. Like examples I have created. Something like that you believe. No, you cannot use buttons, but in the part of selection screen, you can create button, not due to the parameter. So here, parameter here, you can press this, no? Selection screen. Yeah, so here, can you see? It's a user command, okay? User. Here you can create a button over here. Can you see? This is the button. Okay. This one. Yes. Sorry, I told mistake that this cannot be created with a parameter. This will be through selection screen only. Okay. Hello. Yes. What?
So,
This through a selection screen, not through a parameter. So for parameter, all four field, checkboxes, radio button, list box only. That's it. Okay.
User command also won't come in the parameter. No?
Yeah, it will be come when it will come. See once. activate this. Suppose once on click of this, some activity has to be taken place, right? Yes. So how I can write this? I have to write like this. Modify ID. Let's I'm giving P1 user command like this. I have to write. Okay. Here I have to give a some U1. Runs. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I got the point here. Hello. That means once I check on these check boxes, that means a user command by default. See, each and every button has a function code. Okay, if you want to go to module pool, whatever button checkbox radio buttons you will create, for that if certain action has to be taken place, then you have to assign a function code. So in model pool we can give in a screen element properties, but in selection screen you have to give that in user command syntax only. You have to write user command u1. Now why this has to be click. Okay, that means if you go to this one, if I go to this one, that this one. So here, can you see here? Once I check this one, okay. Once I check this one, a, a event will get triggered inside. That means some action will happen. Means these checkboxes will be associated with the function code. So that function code is u1. Okay, that function is u1. How I can give this? By using user command. Okay, that means I'm telling SAP that my function code is u1 just through this user command syntax. Okay. Now I want to modify which field I want to make visible invisible this file path. Then what I'll do, I have to give a modify ID to this input field. Okay, modify ID. I have to give modified T1 to this file path input field. Yes, got the point?
That U1 will be in the coding as well. That
Yeah,
is U1
U1.
T1.
Yes, U1 T1 will be in coding. Not always you can give whatever name you want to give. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, what is that modify ID T1, sir?
T1 you can give whatever name you can give modify ID, but let's play.
That is name of that modify ID, sir.
Yes, yes. This modify ID is given to this input field. Okay, that means what I'm doing, I'm declaring this p maintainer as a modified is t1. Okay, and I'm taking a user command. That means I'm instructing. Once I click on this checkbox, this has to be hidden. But you have to write some other code also. Where you have to write exactly, that you will understand once you go to the report event part. Okay. So we have a bunch of events in a report. So there you have to write some extra code, but the primary condition that you have to give these things. Okay, checkboxes you have to give user command, and the field which you want to make visual invisible you have to give as a modified. Yes, got the point.
Sir.
So
Same way you can give also here. This is, since this is a button, you have to give a user command. Otherwise, that particular user command, that means you have to assign a function code to a button also. If you want that, once I click on a button, it has to perform some action. You have to give a function code to that. Okay. So basically, understand that user command syntax is used to give a function code to a particular a particular button or a checkbox or a radio button also. Yes. What's the point?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is all about your select parameter. Okay. So this is all about your parameters. Now let me talk about the select options. Okay. So basically, select options. You have these three things, four things. So basically, if you go to select option, you don't have a button over here. Sorry, I just told mistakenly. I just told. So what are the things are there here? Property you can write a obligatory, no display, modified, and user command. Okay. Now here, in select options, what are the things are there? How to take a, this is used to take a ranges of values, not multiple value. Basically, it is take a ranges of values. Okay. Ranges of how it can be? It has to be selection, not selection, select option. I have to give SO, Matner, or Mara. Before that, you have to declare the tables. Okay, like this. Syntax is basically select option, select option name, then for. Here is the field name. Yes. So here also you can use as a obligatory. Okay. Modified. You can use no extension. Okay. No interval. What the point? So basically, how it can able to store multiple values? It has a four components. One is this four components. If you talk, please, you have a assign, option, low, and high. So these are basically four components containing of the select option. So the select option is basically it's a table. The way it holds the data, it is in tabular manner. Okay, because it's taking a ranges of value means it's basically in a, wherever there is a multiple data, that means it is represented in a tabular format. Okay, what the point? So sign will give you basically you have a positive like equal, greater than, okay, less than. Then all these options basically will give you either that's a low value or high value. So these are four things basically given in a select options. Okay. So this is the basic. So let me go here. So how you write basically select options, so name for field. Then you can use obligatory, modified, no extension, no interval, and you can make as a, I think, no display also there. So I can make as a obligatory, yes. I can make as obligatory, then if I will activate this one, display it. Can you see automatically you are getting a, wherever you find this mark, no, it will be obligatory, okay, tick mark. Now I don't want to display this interval, just I want to take a multiple value with no extension. Then I will take no interval because I don't want interval. I can write no interval. Okay. So that means one, the lower part is there, the higher part is not there. Okay. So if you click on this, automatically you can give. So click on this. So can you take, see here, I can take multiple values over here. Okay. Yes, you have a doubt?
Yes, sir. Mm.
Oh, sir.
We can take multiple values over here. And then I can put no extension also. No extension means here if no extension means this button will not appear. Can you see there was a right side one button is there, right? Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir, with the arrow mark.
With the arrow mark that is not there. That means you don't want to give extension. So you have to write a no extension. Okay. I think
Yes.
yeah, no display also you can utilize over here. That means it will not be displayed. Okay. Got the point. So you have a use. You can use anything modified also. You can use modified also. Okay. You can use modified also here. Okay, all this for. So this is for no extension. You don't want no interval here. Means interval not be appear. Okay, so this is all about your this all about this is your extra functionality. Okay. Last one is you have a select command. Why this is I am telling because this is very important for a report perspective. Okay. Now when you go for a requirement, when the end user will come with the requirement, no, they will explain that what are the requirement they will give. They want something like this screen. Let's say this is my selection screen. So they will be wanting. Let's say they want to go for a let's say some purchase order kind of report. Mostly they are going for sales order only because they want to see mostly any sort of report. They may give any sort of selection criteria. So here, let's say here I have a sales order. Okay, then I have a sales organization. Then I have a order type. Here I will give order type. Then this is a date. Okay, something like that. Then there will be a checkboxes over here. Not checkboxes over here. Yeah, you can have a checkbox also. And under that you have a 3 radio buttons. What is this radio button indicating? So here basically I will give so they will tell that design this in selection screen like this manner because the one that selection criteria is to be based on this only. Okay. So to write all this, I have So they can give like this. Open. Okay. So first the criteria is that before doing any report, first they will give up with this kind of selection screen designing. Okay, that is mandatory that you have to ask if they will not give what are the fields I will make mandatory. The one that is this is mandatory. Okay, they can make these as a mandatory. So ask what are the fields I will make mandatory. Okay, based on that backend you have to write the logic. Okay, you have to write all this. Whatever syntaxes I told no earlier, the internal table operations. Yes, that logic you have to write and display in a report. Okay, what the point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now next thing is selections commands. Selection screen commands. These are basically selection screen commands. So what are these? These are basically used to enhance the selection screen looks wise. Okay, so it look very so to improve that look. Suppose the end user want that see it should be there inside a box. It should look in a formatted way. It should look like as if that uh, each and every category has to be redefined in a proper way. That's I want to put radio button group. I have to give a description over there on the top. Okay, what this radio button means for, why this checkbox means for, and I want to keep all this input field under a box. Then I should go for a selection screen commands. Okay, what are the different selection screen commands are there? You can go there. So here basically this is called formatting the selection screen. So what I should use? So here let's say I'm taking a parameter. Okay. So here let me go to another program. One. Let's say I'm writing selection screen. Rapid begin of block. Let's say I'm using with title ext. Then here I use selection screen and of block. So inside that what I'll do, I will take a parameter. Okay. But I'm taking selection select options. Select option to here. I will take E underscore sorry. Always remember that the select option to start with the so that is the naming conventions. Okay. I use for use VBLN. Okay, I can take obligatory. Then here I use so underscore KYG. This is for sales order. Okay. VBAK, VK, ORG, underscore, yeah, VAT, or VBAK, VAT.
The tables need to declare.
Declare tables. Grid. So here, can you see this coming inside a box? Yes. So this looks very now in a proper way or proper format. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
The next I will write something here. Once I double click, it will take me to the text. So I can create text for that. Sorry, minus. This is a text. So here, once I go inside, I can give the description also. Here, I can give enter sales order details. Just activate them. Go back. So it look like. So how you will give this name, because end user will not give this, understand this thing. What you have written SO underscore BPL. These are technical names that the developer can understand, but they cannot understand. Okay, how you can do that? You have to give a. You have to go to utility. Okay, text elements, and here in the selection text you can give as a text. Say a number, and this is a sales order date. Sorry, this is not sales order number. This is sales order type. This is sales order number. This is sales organization. Sales organization. Okay. Activate them. Yes. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
It means the description will come like this. Okay. Now this is the first part. Now next thing is I want to give some parameters. I want to download some. So how I will do that? I have to give selection screen. I will give begin of block. I will use B2. Okay. Both frame title. I have to use both frame means it is giving that box. Okay. With title means it is giving the heading of the particular box. What
Yes, sir.
here I have to use selection screen. End of block B2. Here I will declare some. So based on this, I can modify it. Not user command. I have to use user command. So how to give name of this text element? See, go to text element. You have to go to the here. Okay. Then I have to give as a download. Activate this. Okay, like this. So here the description is coming. Download. Now in the next one, I have to give a different categories of sales order. Okay. So here I will use selection screen begin now block E3 with frame title text 003. Then you have a selection selection screen and block B3. Here I'll use radio buttons. P underscore S not as direct radio button group GR1 comma P underscore red2 radio button GR2 then P underscore red
GR1.
this is GR1. I can have a GR1 dot. Activate this. How to name this radio buttons? Go to this. Okay. Go to text elements. So automatically here will be you have open source order. Okay. Then this one is the closed one. Order. Here is the all source order. Activate this. Go back. Activate this as a whole. Okay. So this report, okay, I just mentioned, I just give title. So this selection screen, what I developed is basically they want in real time. Okay, this is kind of in real time how we are designing a selection screen. Okay, yes,
Say that choose sales category instead of giving in next block, we can give inside the block only. No? So
same block you are telling.
yeah,
No,
because that is related to download report. No?
yeah, download report. That means it's a different
We check
functionality.
that. If we check that box, then only we need to display this one. No, sir.
This one, no, I'm not telling this one. See here, what is the point here? Try to understand what I want to do.
No, you have given that as a modify.
Here,
Okay, you have not given.
here I can make as a parameter to download this report. I can give p underscore file type. Let's say I'm giving some string. Okay. Here. Can you see this is coming as a file? Okay. So I don't want this file has to by default it has to come. So here. This is a file path. Yes, got the point. Now, this has to be hidden. As soon as I display the selection screen, by default, this has to be hidden. Once I select this one, this file path has to be appear. Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
So these are two different functionality. I cannot put download inside that because these are giving the category of sales order. I will put condition whether that particular sales order is to be select only he want open sales order or a closed sales order or a all sort of sales order. That means that sales order report will be having open and closed sales orders. Okay, got the point, Shiva?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is how basically you design it. Select. So other than this, you have different sort of selection screen commands. So here these are different keywords I have given. Okay, different keywords. If you want to make a begin of line, then you can have a begin of line and end of line. Then you can have a, put a command also. You can give a underline also. Okay. This is we just used the selection screen begin of block. Okay, end of block. Then this is basically a push button. Okay. So what I want, already I used one begin of block. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Already I use selection screen begin of block. Your task is to utilize all this. Okay. Begin of line, end of line. Okay. Then your selection screen comment. Okay. Yes. Can you
Okay, sir.
utilize?
Okay, sir. We'll try, sir.
You have to
We'll
use
try,
them.
sir.
If you have any confusion, just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is all about a selection. So already a syntax has been given. So you have to use this syntax as per your whatever requirement that you have to use part of that. But most of the time we are utilizing this one. This most of the time, whatever reported there, we are utilizing these things only. We are using select options, parameters. Within that, you are using box. Okay, different box. Yes.
Okay, sir.
What the point?
Yeah.
So this is all about
Yes, sir.
your selection screen. Okay. So if you know minimum these things also to create a block, to give a different parameters, select options, you can have radio buttons, check boxes. You can create a value list also. Okay, list box by using parameter. So minimum these things you know means you are good at the selection screen designing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then next thing we'll talk about. Next thing we'll talk about a modulation technique. Okay. So what is this modulation technique? Modulation technique basically used to enhance a readability and understanding ability of a web program. Okay. Suppose in normal, let's say I'm writing a code, above code. Okay, I just written above code, and there is no proper format in my above code. If any above console comes next, he cannot understand that code. That means where I'm selecting a data, where I'm displaying it, what sort of data I'm fetching. It, I written a program in such a way that he cannot understand. It is not in a proper format. It is not in a readable format. It is not properly modelized. Okay. So to give modelization, so what basically the modelization technique tells, it helps in enhancing the readability and understandability of a web program. That's mean whatever logics we have written, suppose first we will fetch a data, then we will display it. First we'll fetch the data, then we'll append it, we'll get the data, we'll merge all this data into a single final table. And what is the final one? We have to display that particular data. Yes. So you have to write in a different modules. So here, let me go to the page. Here, let's say I'm just writing a code. Okay. Now in my ever part, I have a first part is I have a declaration part. So this will be a declaration part. Declaration means what I'll declare. What I'll declare. Yes, I can have a type declaration.
Type declaration.
Yes.
Parameters.
Data. Yeah, data declaration.
Parameters selection. Select option.
Then you have parameter. Select options basically to take a data from a end user. Yes. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Now once I take the data by using this, so here already I have an internal table and select options. Next thing what I will do, next thing is here I will fetch the data. In this, here I will do a data fetching. I will take the data. Okay, fetching from database. Yes. Next part is I will combine those data into a single into a final internal table. Okay. Now what is the next thing I should do? Next thing I must display that information. Information of data. So these are the basic things will be there part of a report. Yes, got it. So first we have a type declaration, data declaration, we have parameters, select options. Then we will fetch data to our internal table that may be from a different table, from a Mara, from a VBAK, from a VBAP table. Okay, first we will fetch that information from backend table, and here we will combine all this to a final internal table. Then in the fourth part, what we'll do, we'll display that information. Okay, by using loop and loop. Yes, got it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Either
sir.
we may use loop and loop, or we may be using some function model. By using that function model, we display some data. Okay. So these are the basic components of a report. So this gives a modelization. Modelization means it is dividing the report into different sections. Each section have a different. So any ABAP, suppose you are in some XYZ company, you design one report. Let's say you design one sales report. Uh, you design one sales order report. Now that report has to be written in this format so that the next developer who comes after you, he can understand this report, that the developer what you have written, the developer must understand that he should understand these are the type declaration, these are the data declaration, these are the internal table declaration, these are the select option, these are the parameter. Then where he has done the data fetching part, then you have to, there is a data fetching module will be there. Then there he will understand where he has combined all this to final. Then where he has displayed. All this you can divide into different sections. Okay. So to do that, SAP has a different modelization techniques. So there are basically three kinds of modelization technique. First one, you have include program. Okay. Go here. Then another report. Modulation and understandability. Okay. So three. What are three types? First one you have a include. Second one you have a subroutine. Third one you have a model. Okay. Fourth one is also there, macros, but not absolute. Okay. We are not using macros nowadays. Okay, got it. So three kinds of modulation techniques are there. So first one you have a the include program, second one function model, then you have a subroutines. Okay. So let us discuss one by one. So what exactly it does is basically divide the main program into smaller modules or programs for better readability and reusability. Okay, you can utilize that same platform at a multiple places. Okay. So here two things are coming. Also, see here you can use report in terms of readability, understandability, and reusability. Okay, all these three things can be achieved through a modulation technique. Okay. So there are basically four types of modulation technique, but basically we are not using this old technique. We do not use it nowadays. Basically, we are using these three techniques. So include, subroutine, and function model. Now let us talk include. What is this include? So here, what is this include? So how to write this include program? So include programs are basically global repository objects used to modelize the source code. They allow you to use the same source code in different programs. Okay. That means if you write some code, let's say I want to have a data fetching part, I want to utilize it in multiple programs, different programs, then I can utilize them. Okay. Got it. So how will you do this? Basically, you can write through include. Suppose there is a program called include program. I can utilize that include program different reports. So here, let me go here. So what is this? How you can utilize that include program? You have to use include syntax. Okay. Here include keyword must use. Then you have to give an include name. Then what are the restriction here? Include program cannot call themselves. Include program must be containing complete statement. Okay. It has to be complete. It has to be have a complete statement. So what is this telling here? Okay. Let me go to include. How can you create an include program? Here, Z include. So I'm utilizing Z include. I'm creating one include. So here, what you must give here? Instead of executive program, you must give what?
Include program.
Include program. So here, include program. Then save it. Now here, what I'll do? Let's say I'm declaring some data declaration part. I'm doing begins of UI. Let's just forget this. I don't want to use this. I want to directly go to pattern. Okay, that I told. How can you do that? Yes, Shiva. How can you do type declaration over here?
With fields from structure.
With fields from structure, I have to give
Table name.
and I have to keep on selecting some fields. Then I will choose copy and here I will give UI. Instead of data, I will use types. Include this. Now this include as a type declaration. Okay. Now let me go to some report program. Okay. Report program. I will create Z include report. I will create so usage of Z include demo. I want to utilize this include in my program. So this time I will use executable program. Okay. Here I will not. I will just how to include that include program. I have to use include. Okay. I have to include. How to use that include demo. Okay. Got it.
So
So here this type declaration already included in this. I don't need to do type declaration. Now next I will declare like this. IT AK type under table of T underscore BAK. I can utilize in this way. So instead of type declaration, So here one, I can utilize this type declaration in many programs. This include I can utilize in many programs. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
That means this gives me reusability kind of thing. I will write at one place everything and I'll keep on utilizing multiple report. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now let me go to this include. What I'll do, inside this I will utilize another include. So here what I'll do, I will utilize another include. That include one. I can click from here. I can create from here also include program. Okay. By default it is include program. So I just save it. What I did, no? So inside that what I have to do, I have to use data. Sorry, I did wrong thing here. So this is my include. What I'll do, I'll utilize this include in this. So here, what I'll do, I'll go here. Already this include has been created. So I'll change. I'll include here that. So I am checking whether I can include one include in another include or not. Okay. So here, what do we do? Data IT underscore VBAK one type standard develop T underscore VBAK.
It's a line of
Sorry.
so work area is the line of
Yes, I can utilize them in. Now what I'll do, I will take this include, I will utilize in another include. Okay. So here, include another include. That include to create. This is I think. Sorry. I will create. Here I will place include program. Here you have include Z include one. Okay. Now what I'll do, select the things I have taken over here. This is select one so field from VBK into table IT underscore BAK to and rows. How to display this? Yes. Look at IT
IT underscore BAK.
BAK 1 2. Like this. But this cannot be executable. Can you understand? So, okay, have you done some mistake over here? No, right? No main hand plus funds. Syntax over here. Okay, that means, see here, it cannot be executed independently. Okay. Although it will be, you cannot display the data, operation terminated. Okay. Yes, got the point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means include program I mean to take some logic inside that. But if you want to display that data, you have to take a report program. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to just take this, copy this logic. Okay. And I'll go to my, what is the program I just created just now? This is the demo program. Change it. Yeah, let me comment this. Here I will include two. Okay. The period is missing.
So dot was missing, sir.
What does that include? That include one, right?
No. Set include demo.
Utilization that include two.
Does that include demos, sir?
Hold on.
That include demo, sir.
Okay.
Dot was missing in the last.
But somebody modifying this.
Some other screen.
This is locked actually. Now, from here, I can only change it. Okay.
சாப்பிடுறது கிளாஸ் முடிச்சிட்டோம்.
Okay, so finally we'll display over here. Got it? Yes. What I'm doing? First I created one include. Okay. First I created one include that is called Z include demo. Then I consume that include in another include. Consume that in another include. All these three I utilize since I cannot display the data over here. I use loop statement, right? Using loop statement, I cannot utilize the data. Sorry, I cannot display it. What I did, I utilized in another report program. Okay, I utilized in another report program. Got it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
I try to. What my object is that I want to see that whether I can consume a include in another include. Yes, I can. Although I can consume, but I cannot execute it. I cannot display it because that's not a executable program, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
What the concept?
Yes, sir.
What is an include program cannot call them, so that means they cannot be executable. Okay, they cannot
Okay.
be executable. Yes. What's the point, Shiva?
Sir. Yes.
So now, so this is all about your include program. That means we can utilize one include in another include, but you cannot execute. You cannot display the output because it's not an executive program. Okay. In the include, they will ask you, can I utilize? Can I utilize include within an include? That means nested include. Can I do? You have to yes, we can do that. But if you have any display statement, if you want to write something output string, you cannot do that because this is not an executable program. Okay. What the point? And why it is used? It is used to for reusable property. This include program also allows you to manage complex program in an orderly way. Okay, I can create a multiple include in a single program, right? I can create multiple programs, multiple include in a single report program. Yes, what the
Yes,
point?
sir. Yes, sir.
At a time I can utilize include one, include two, or include them all. But here I am using one include within this include is calling another include. Okay, like this is also possible. Now next thing is next we'll talk about the subroutines. Okay, so subroutine I will give you the theory part. Tomorrow we'll discuss more about this subroutines. Okay. Now function model is there. Okay. So I'll just give you theory part of the function model next. What is the function model? Function models are subprogram that contain set of reusable statements with the importing and exporting parameters. So you have a different kinds of parameters are there in a function model. So input is basically used to taking input value, export is basically giving output. Okay. So what is the T code of a function model? This is called SC37 is a function builder. Okay. Now already we have got this term right. What is function model? So where we have just take a glance of a function model where we have done in DDIC. Yes.
TMG creation, sir.
TMG creation, because TMG itself is a
Function module.
function module that needs that function module stored in a container called,
Function group.
what is the transaction code for function group?
SC90.
Sorry,
SC80.
SC80. Yes, Shiva,
80.
80 only.
SC80. Yes. So tomorrow I will discuss more clearly. So you have a different parameter, how to create a function module, how many types of function modules are there. Okay. Yes. So all this we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. So I'm stopping over here.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow we'll discuss about the function module, other modulation technique. After this modulation technique, we will directly go to a report part. Okay. Got it.
Sir.
So after that, you don't have anything. You have a direct report, classical reports. Okay. So after this, just screens. So you have a message also there. Then you have a report. Okay. Got it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm stopping over here. Tomorrow will be because of this problem. The go to meeting ID got expired. I didn't the class take on time. Okay. But from tomorrow onwards, exactly will be at 3 o'clock. Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir.
So timing will be always
Sir, tomorrow we can take at 11 o'clock, no, sir, morning.
tomorrow 11. But I have some work tomorrow. That's why I think normally
Okay, sir.
we will take every day 3 o'clock. Let us fix one time only, 3 o'clock every day. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Shiva, 3 o'clock only every day.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, fine. So I'll share this recording and this notes program to you. You can go through it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, sir.